defense mechanisms. That is what I want us to discuss today. I'm sure you have ever heard people say, I want to defend myself. Or someone tells you, stop defending yourself. What do we mean by defense mechanisms? My name is Kimani. I'm a counseling psychologist. I thank you for tuning in to this channel. I want to request you that you consider subscribing and hitting the bell so that anytime we upload a video, you are able to be notified. Now, as a counseling psychologist, I want to discuss with us a few defense mechanisms that if you notice in your life, they signal that you may require to seek counseling services. Now, defense mechanisms, they come when we have anxiety. Anxiety is a state of tension, is a state of feeling fearful. It is when you feel like you are being threatened. But also on the other side, there are defense mechanisms that come and we exercise them in our lives, and we think that is how we are created, but that is not how we are created. We are simply exhibiting those characters because of some hidden fears that are in our unconscious mind. And therefore, I want to urge you to remain there as we discuss several defense mechanisms. Number one is called repression. Repression is a behavior that makes you to seek to avoid something that is threatening. Maybe there is some sickness, you have gone to the hospital, they have diagnosed you with something that is threatening, or maybe you have been called by your HR department or any other thing that you feel is threatening. You want to exclude it from your awareness. That is what we call repression. It is something that is there, but you want to exclude it from awareness. Closely related to that, we have number two, which is called denial. Now, denial, it is simply where you close your eyes to the existing reality. It is when you refuse to accept what is happening. For example, maybe you have been given a dismissal letter, or maybe you have lost a loved one, or maybe a very significant relationship has come to an end, or maybe you have lost a significant investment. And you do not want to agree, you don't want to accept that is there. That is called denial. Number three, we have what we call reaction formation. Now, reaction formation, it is a defense mechanism that makes you to portray the opposite of what your inner being is feeling. For example, you have a feeling of hate towards this person or against this person. But when you meet them, you want to smile with them, you want to laugh, you want to show that you love them, you want to put a facade. That is called reaction formation. You are expressing in the outward the opposite of what is inside you. And unfortunately, most of us, we do this. It is what in layman's language at times we describe as hypocrisy. But this is a defense mechanism. The other defense mechanism that we have is called projection. Now, projection, it is when you want to attribute your bad behaviors, your attitudes, your bad feelings to other people. You have been caught doing something wrong. You have been expressing bad emotions, bad feelings, but you do not want to take responsibility. You want to say, I behave like this because of so and so. I did this because of this, because of so and so. That is called projection. It is our defense number 4, defense mechanism number 4. As we move on, I believe that you have been able to subscribe. I believe that you are writing a comment down there. Number 5, there is what we call displacement. Now, this is a defense mechanism that involves transferring of offense to a lesser being, to a lesser threatening object. For example, you go to your workplace and you are quarreled by your boss. But instead of reverting back to him, you go to the house and you start harassing the children. That is called displacement. It is putting revenge or punishment where it does not belong. And it's very dangerous. Another one is called regression. Regression is where you go back to the earlier life. And this is where you hear some people being told, stop behaving like a baby. When someone is behaving like a baby and they are not babies, that one in psychology we call it regression. Someone has gone back. This guy is already married but is behaving like people who are not married. This guy is 40 years behaving like someone of 20 years. This child is 20 years but is behaving like a child of 5 years. It is called regression. And that person is running away from some threats that they have encountered in their current stage of development. Number 7 is called introjection. Now, introjection, it is a defense mechanism whereby you start taking in the values, the beliefs of others, instead of exercising your own values, instead of exercising your own beliefs, instead of portraying your own convictions. It is a situation where you do not want people to know you, and you think that if you behaved real, people will reject you, people will laugh at you, people will despise you. So to avoid being rejected, to avoid being ridiculed, you start buying the values. And this is where you hear that there is issue of peer pressure. So if you have this, it is a defense mechanism that needs to be dealt with in psychology. And the last one that I want to mention to us is called identification. Again, this one comes when someone has feelings of low self-worth and they consider themselves as failures, but they do not want people to see them as failures. So what do? They start identifying with the people they think are successful. For example, you hear someone calling themselves Adolf Hitler because they know who Adolf Hitler was. So they want you to see them as Adolf Hitler, but they're not Adolf Hitler. You hear someone identifying with a renowned celeb. You see people even dressing in a particular way that is normally done by a well-known person. It is called identification. And it shows there is something that this person is hiding. And I want to encourage you, my viewer, that if you observe some of these things in your life, you need to go for counseling. Because if you entertain them, they make you slaves and they deny you the opportunity of exploiting your full potential. So come for counseling. We will be able to assist you. If you need such services, we will be there for you. We'll be able to offer very quality, very skilled, very principled counseling service. And from there on, you will discover yourself and you live the full potential of your life. Thank you so much. I've been your host, George Kimani, a counseling psychologist. I'm based here at the Bazaar Plaza. In case you want to contact me, I'm available. You can take the number that is running down there and talk to us. Thank you. Ensure you hit the subscription and the notification bell. Thank you.